Welcome back to It's About That Time, episode 13. I know it's been a long while, and I know a lot of you don't care, but we're back, and we're better than ever. We got a lot of things to talk about. I can't name one, but let's get started. Welcome back, Troy. Welcome back, Tanner. And welcome back,
Pleasure
Jason.
to be here.
I'm wearing a...
Thank you for having me.
No
It's always
problem.
a pleasure to be here.
You know, we've always really wanted you on for the podcast, but I know like time constraints. You know, working with your agent and whatnot, it's definitely like a hard process. But
And really,
finally
the truth is that I was always wondering when are they gonna ask for me to come back? Because since the last time that we had this, I remember there was some dispute or confrontation or some sort. There was some tension in between us, and
no,
I felt like
there's
that
never
maybe
any
you guys
tension.
didn't want me.
Like, why would you think that? Like, we always invite you back at the end of each podcast, and we say, Tanner, we'd love to have you back. You know, have your people call my people.
Yeah.
And,
that's what I'm saying. You know, I'm glad that we got that sorted out.
Yeah,
I'm
been
glad.
like a whole 2 months. You know, anything new happened to any of you guys in the last 2 months? Roughly, I think it's been about that long.
I got a haircut, and then my hair grew out, so now it's as long as it was 2 months ago.
Oh, I thought
That's about all I got.
you would have gotten another haircut by then.
No, I'm working on that part. What about you, Troy? Any haircuts?
Yeah, my hair's extra volcano-y today. I'm pointing it straight to the sky.
Mount St. Helen over here.
Yeah, trying to reach the heavens with my hair. I think just give it a couple more days, maybe one more month, and I'll be there. Yeah.
True. So Troy, me and Troy went on a nice trip. Not really a nice trip, but like a trip 2 weeks ago, I think, right?
Yes.
2 weeks ago, we went back to our alma mater, Florida State University, just to, check out their lunar banquet and see some old friends. And you know what? It really does, like, make you feel old when, like, everyone there is, like, even though, like, even your friends who are, like, 1 year younger than you, you're just like, this is not my crowd anymore. I've outgrown this.
You felt like you outgrew the people that were just a year younger than you?
Not those people. Like, those were the only people I really, like, got, like, along with. But, like, then I see, like, the freshmen going, like, wow, party, dude! And I'm like, okay, cool. And then they're like, they just made an announcement, like, who here was born in 2000?
Oh, my. Did that really happen?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then, like,
And
you
they
hear
did not get to me.
a loud roar, and then you're just like, okay, wow.
What a generation, 2000.
What are those what are you call those? They're not Gen X.
I think it's Generation Y.
Z? Oh.
Or Z. No, you're right, Z.
Yeah.
I think we're Generation Y.
No, I think we're Gen X.
What?
No, Gen X is like, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Listen,
but that's so strange to see so many people born in 2000.
Yeah.
Definitely. That was odd.
That's the year of the dragon, though. I think they got the coolest zodiac sign.
Listen, I thought the rat was pretty cool too.
What?
The
That's
rat.
probably the lamest one. Okay,
Yeah, that probably
just
is the
spilled
lamest
water
one.
all
the
over.
pig and the ox. Maybe okay. The ox is pretty cool, but the pig is probably pretty bad.
Hey.
Are you the pig?
1995.
He's the boar.
Oh, you're the boar? Yeah. Oh, the boar is so lame, dude. I'd much rather be a fucking dog. There's like so many other things I'd rather be, but the dragon's probably up there. Horse is
But
pretty
like,
cool
pigs,
too.
they're nice, and they give you bacon, and they can eat a lot. And okay, I don't know where I'm going with this.
The point of it
pigs-
is that boars are meant to be slaughtered.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
so-
They're just meant to be.
So my purpose is to be slaughtered.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
literally have. That's your only purpose. Like you're
Wow.
not allowed to live a long, life.
Yeah, at least like I justified rats being cool because they're like sneaky and they can just.
I
do
mean,
shit.
our coworker said he found 6 dead rat carcasses inside a bucket in his shed. So that's the extent of our life.
And the way he was describing it was so like normal and like kind of enthusiastic.
Well, he was more like, like I see one rat come into my in my shed, and then he never comes out. And then I see the same rat. I thought, and he comes back in, and they all keep running into this bucket. Little did I know is that rats can't jump out of a bucket, so they just ended up dying in there.
That's an actual rat trap though. Like you have a bucket and then you have like a bait that leads over the bucket and then they just fall and they slip off.
But it seemed unintentional, right? He
Yeah,
didn't mean to kill them, right?
it was completely
He just
unintentional.
Like there wasn't even food in there. What are these mice doing?
They were
just collecting rats.
they went in there to hide.
They went in there to save their friend.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, that's so funny.
They
like
were
it's a
gonna
chain
stack
reaction.
each other. They were trying to stack, and then the bottom one got crushed, and that's how it kind of all started. They're like, "Fuck!" There's only
And it was so
three.
disturbing the way he recounted it. He was like, "Yeah," and then they decomposed so much that all you see left are just a bunch of tiny mice skeletons in my
Ew,
bucket.
bro. Fuck.
And I was like, "Oh my!"
Why didn't he just move the fucking bucket, man? Fuck.
Well,
I think
Flip
he
it
actually
upside
figured
down.
it out.
Well,
I think then he
okay.
figured
the
it out.
bucket was more like to store like some tools.
Oh, okay.
So they were just in there with like sharp objects, and maybe they like brushed up. And
Wait, this is like mouse hell.
It's
Like these mice.
It's a
like-
gauntlet. It's a mouse gauntlet, and they were just like trying to pass through. Like, oh shit. Yeah, it's fucking.
Dang. Do you ever think like these mice like fought each other or like try to eat each other to survive?
I mean, I thought that. I thought they definitely ate each other.
Yeah. Unless they were family, then maybe their bonds were so strong enough they wouldn't turn on each other.
I mean,
you know?
have you seen like North Korean like concentration camps? Like, they say family is not a dynamic there, and like you're willing
What?
to give up your own family for your own personal survival.
Yeah, I have read about that. Yep.
Family's a scam, dude.
Would you
It's just-
Would you give up someone? Or let's give up one of your sisters. I have a sister. Tana has a sister. Troy has a sister.
So, oh, we can relate.
Yeah.
What? You have a sister too?
Would you give up one of your sisters for your own life?
As opposed to what? Like, what if I don't do
If
it?
you don't, I just said
You
for your
die.
own life.
Yeah, but what about her? She'll be fine.
She'll be fine. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Somebody has to go.
Yeah. Someone has to
Gotcha.
go.
So one person has to go.
You guys are.
I think I'd probably give myself up for my sister.
Dang.
Because like that whole idea of like core family values and all that, it's already been ingrained in me. So like I can't. It's
already
already.
predetermined.
Well, okay. What if they say, Tanner, we're not going to kill you yet. We're going to torture you for 7 days and 7 nights, and this will be the worst week of your life.
Will they
Oh, but
torture
you'll
her
live.
as well?
No, they won't. No,
They'll just kill her quick and painless.
no, they won't kill her. They'll set her free at the end of the set.
Yeah, so instead of killing, they'll just torture you, which is
Oh.
bad.
No, they'll
okay.
torture you, then kill you at the end.
Wait,
Oh, fuck.
Like, cause now, like, you actually have to experience like the pain. Like, if I kill you immediately, yeah,
7
it's
days
quicker.
and 7 nights? That's gonna feel multiplied by like 100 or 1,000 or something like that.
Yeah, like Naruto, where you guys don't watch Naruto.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah,
He
The
was
Genjutsu.
stuck for like years or something.
Yeah, like 1,000
Not
years
1
just getting
second.
stabbed.
Years.
That's terrible.
I think I would still take the torture over for my sister.
But if they kill your sister, they just shoot her in the head.
Oh,
I mean, still either way.
A
I think
quick
I'd
and
take it.
painless death for her, but for an excruciating.
Do I get to negotiate this with her? Can I
No.
tell her like, hey, she'll just die out of nowhere? No, I'd rather die. I would, because then I'd be living with guilt for the rest of my life, and that'd probably just be as much torture
Okay, fine. You get to
as
talk
those
to her.
7 days. You're just trying to make this is a scenario where I'd kill my sister. No, I'm not gonna kill my sister. I'm not gonna give her up.
In no scenario would you ever kill your sister.
Probably not. Not that I can think of, and I don't want to think about it. I don't want to have to come up with these scenarios to think of how I kill
Because
my
you might
sister.
actually come up to
Encounter
one.
this?
You might actually encounter one, and you're like, shit. What did I say? What did I
is this
say?
some foreshadowing? You're like already planned this out, and the guy's coming to Tanner's house. You're like, Tanner, this might come up in the near future, bro. Like, I don't know. Maybe we should give an answer right now.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
don't
giving
know.
you time to think. Troy, would you? You have
No,
multiple
I
sisters,
agree
you
with
can
Tanner.
lose
With
one.
like, even if I got out, like, I think I couldn't enjoy life or look at myself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Me
And
too.
I mean, I obviously don't want to like die or get tortured, but that one is just worse. So.
I would try to kill myself.
Oh.
Well, what if you kill yourself?
Oh,
Then they're
shoot,
gonna
I-
torture your sister.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, then I guess I have to.
Yeah, they're not gonna like that. They're not gonna like that you found a way out, you know, and they're gonna be like, "This is punishment."
All right. Well, here's what I'm gonna break out the chains and then
Okay.
punch him in the face, and then
Yeah?
I'll strap him into the torture chair, and I say, "I'll kill your sister."
This is like some weird John Wick Taken hybrid.
Have you seen? There's a movie called Polar on
Express?
Netflix. That's just like that.
Oh,
Yeah, no, exactly. Polar Express. Yeah,
The one with
they're
Tom
on a
Hanks.
train, and that train is hell.
Wow.
No, I've not seen it.
I would watch that.
Yeah, it's called
No, that's basically what's that movie with?
Train to
Okay.
Busan or whatever.
No, it's some other
Pineapple
movie.
Express?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Troy, would you smoke weed?
Maybe just to like try it, but I don't really like the smell. I mean, I've gotten like more used to it like from college, right? But I still have never liked it. And people are like, I remember we would be walking through like high school halls, and a lot of kids would like find time to smoke in the bathroom and like quickly get out,
Jesus.
and it would smoke up the whole building. And then as we're walking by like us like IB kids, like we were like,
Yeah, we don't
like,
smoke
"Oh,
weed.
It smells so bad. Who would like this?" And then we would walk by. Oh god, this sounds so derogatory, but we would call them the regular kids. Regular kids would walk by and be like, "It smells so good," and then we would always like talk about that. Like,
Dude, I was a regular kid, man. Fuck.
I know.
I mean, I think it
Terrible.
kind of gets used to. I don't. I think I just
Like I really
tolerate
don't
it.
think we meant it in a derogatory way. It was just an easy way to say like non-IB.
Yeah,
but
and
we
that's
just went regular.
how like that starts.
Yeah,
That's how racism starts.
yeah, that's right.
You thought you were better than them, so you call them the regular kids.
Shoot, man, what have I done?
Now, guess what? You're
What
just
if now like I go back to revisit my high school and all the regular kids are like in shackles and like collars, and I'm like, oh, I started this.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like they became like super rich. Like,
Oh,
we
no,
ain't so
no.
regular after all, guys.
No.
Damn,
Are you guys ready to go back to your high school reunions or college reunions?
I don't think I'm gonna go.
I think I'm gonna go.
I think I would go. I don't really mind too much. Might be fun.
It would have to be the 10-year one because I think there are some that have like 5 years, and I think I'm about to hit the 5-year mark, right? 20.
Yeah.
I graduated in 2013, so.
You already hit it, Troy. You already passed it.
But it's usually isn't it 10 years? I don't think that we do.
No,
Wait,
5.
then we far past our 5-year mark, Jason.
no,
What?
we're not. It's 2019 right now.
Oh, I'm talking about for high school. High
Yeah,
school.
I
Oh,
graduated
wait.
2014.
Yeah, you guys graduated in
Holy shit,
2014,
dude.
right?
For a second, dude, I thought it was the year 2022 or 2023 because I'm like, I'm 22.
Tanner is already
Yes.
high. Tanner is already
No,
high.
dude, I was fantasizing about being born in the year 2000, dude. I was like, fuck.
Wow.
Oh.
That's a callback.
You guys think Gen Z will change the world?
They said we would change the world.
Yeah. And look what happened. We're just so offended at all these ways of calling people.
We're just starting podcasts left and right.
Dude, I was thinking about that earlier this morning. I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts, Stuff You Should Know. And at the beginning, they always have these advertisements, and most of the advertisements are advertisements for other podcasts on their network. And one of the podcasts that was being advertised was Mario Lopez's podcast. And I was thinking to myself,
oh yeah,
yeah. Now, I mean, but the thing is, now every like old star that you had in your like early childhood, they used to be on TV, but now podcast is like the new TV land. Because it used to be that anybody could start up a TV show, and that's still kind of mostly true, but you know, it's a little bit more involved now, I guess. I don't really quite know, but now it's just everybody could. Well, then it was everybody could do a YouTube thing, and now it's everybody can do a podcast.
Yeah, you see Jack Black starting a YouTube channel.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
It
But-
upsets me
But the point, why?
because it's just bad, and the only reason why he's like up there is because like he's
Because of his prior work.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking
And,
about this.
and,
Like
his work right now, like the stuff that he posts on YouTube is like garbage. Like if any of us posted it, no one would ever watch it. But it's just because of his name.
Yeah. Well, okay. So what I was thinking is, why would anybody listen to a no-name podcast like ourselves, where you don't have a star, when you can listen to your favorite actor or favorite personality, do a podcast and talk and stuff like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because everybody's we're gonna have the same conversations that everybody else is gonna have.
So
But we're just not famous.
why do you
know?
do the podcast?
what?
Why do I do the podcast?
Why do you do the podcast?
I'm doing it because your agent invited me here, and I thought I'd be so kind as to join you guys. Okay, I'm doing you a favor.
Oh,
All that stuff I said at the beginning about being gracious and glad to be here, My agent told me that I had to be here. Okay, that's why I'm doing it.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're
The
willing to be
truth comes out.
candid, even like
Yeah, I just thought.
in the public eye right now. Like you're willing to not just shy, and that's why we love having you on the podcast because you don't shy away from these sort of things.
Yeah, no filter. We need more of that.
Yeah, I tell the truth how it is.
All right, so tell us how it is. What do you think about me?
What do I think about you
as a person?
as a person?
Yeah.
You already know what I think about you. Why do you want me to just say it aloud here?
Yeah, I think we should hash it out right now.
All right.
Between the three of us.
Tell me what you think of me first, and then I'll tell you what I think of you. What do you think of me? Go ahead.
What I think about you?
Yeah.
I don't think about you.
Oh, that's all he had to
That
say.
was good. That was good.
I don't know. I haven't really put much thought into it. Troy, do you have any thoughts on me? So while I think about this, while I try to think about what I think about both of you. Where's
Sure.
my notepad?
You wrote this down?
No.
Oh, you're going to write it down.
Yeah, just so I can like, kind of like, itemize it out. Or Tanner, you can just say what you think about me, and I'll tell you afterwards.
I'm thinking about it too. Well,
I think you already
Okay.
you already have your idea of me.
I think that you are. I think you're a good person.
Wow, that's
That's what I
definitely
think.
not the first thing I thought you were gonna say, but okay.
What do you think I was gonna say?
Nothing.
All right. I think you're a good person,
There's gonna be a but.
and
Oh, yeah. Oh.
and I think you're a poser.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think you're a good person, and I think you're a poser.
A poser in what regards? What am I posing as?
You're posing as this cool guy, carefree kind of dude.
Carefree. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And yeah. I mean, it branches off into a whole bunch of like other little things, but I think that's a pretty good entry level of what I think about you.
All right, if it's just about two things. I also think you're a good person, but I think you're too closed off. And I think you're afraid of others' opinions of you. And you may not be, willing to show it, but it's there. It's like you also have a carefree attitude, but I think it's like different than me in a sense, in that you just don't care about, you give off an ambiance that you don't care what people say. You don't care at all, but even internally you really do, and that's why you don't share things out loud. What? Why are you laughing?
No, I just think that's funny because that's basically the same thing I said about you. You're just spitting back the same thing, bro. You fucking poser ass. This is what I'm fucking talking
Maybe you're
about.
projecting. Maybe you're
Projecting?
maybe you're
That's
fucking
funny, bro.
projecting.
That's fucking
You're
cute.
fucking cute. I don't think you know what cute
That's
is.
fucking hot, bro. Okay, you fucking keep that shit to yourself.
Yikes.
No, I don't know. I don't know about that.
I think you're just projecting. But, I mean, I don't think you're wrong with your analysis of me, but I'd like to dive into it deeper. But I think my analysis of you is pretty spot on.
We'll get back to it. Let's hear what Troy has to say.
Okay.
About both of us. And then,
Sure.
and
Oh, yeah,
we'll
I have to do both.
Then we'll insult you.
Oh, yeah, and then we'll go around in a perfect circle. All right. So I'm going to start with Jason. I think Jason is not the best type of person.
Damn, I like that.
I think he is very selfish. I know, let me backtrack a little bit before I continue. I used to always consider myself a selfish person, and I think I am, but I never really thought that it was selfish enough to the point where like it would really have like bad consequences or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. You're just like on the borderline of bad person.
Yeah.
You're selfish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right at the tip. All right. Whatever. And then I think he's willing to maybe put other people down to like make himself feel better about himself, or even give up these really important things to go do something that he really wants to do. I mean, some kind of reason. I don't want to talk about it, but this that thing you told me recently.
Me?
Yes, that
You
would
guys can
give
discuss
up.
it offline.
Yeah, you would give up this super important thing for this something else, and I was like, really?
I don't know
Yeah.
actually what you're talking about.
He's talking
Alright.
about your sister and you, bro. How you'd give
All
up
right,
your sister.
all right.
You could put that one in the chat so I can.
All right. Anyhow, moving on, and
Oh yeah.
I feel like oftentimes, maybe you can be kind of ungrateful for like the things that have like been done for you, or like you just sort of like want to move on and like do whatever makes you most happy, even if it's not that considerate to others. And I also think Tan is right with opposing. You rely a lot on your like dick character, or
I
like,
thought you meant my dick size.
oh yeah, your big dick size that I'm so jealous of, and like, yeah, just that whole. I remember we had a talk maybe a couple nights ago that like you really liked your like dick personality because you feel like it offers you, like, without it you feel like you don't offer much value to like conversations or like groups or like environments like that. And I think other people feel the same way, but I still think that's something that maybe you should work on.
Oh
Yeah.
definitely for sure.
Yeah.
We all have flaws.
Yeah. We all have flaws. Yeah.
This is him justifying it, bro. This is called denial.
Yeah.
It's not denial.
No, not denial. Sorry, I don't know what stage of whatever that would be, but that's after denial, justification. All right, go ahead.
Depression.
Accountability.
Yeah.
All right.
But I also think, like, I'm not just going to end it on a bad note. I think Jason has a lot of good characters too. I think, like,
His
I've
Trump
always
character,
appreciated, like,
perfect, spot on.
You see my Trump.
like Trump character, Trump card. But basically, he'll also like just do things immediately, and that's like a really important skill that a lot of people need right now, especially like younger people, instead of like putting things off. So I like that he does things immediately. He's like focused on everything that he needs to do to like be responsible, like especially like finances or like things with work or things like that. And I've always been trying to copy that as well.
So angry.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, and of Tanner now. Troy.
I don't live with Troy, so he's not gonna know me as well.
Okay, well just.
That's okay. It can be like a lesser degree.
I don't
of-
live with you either, Tanner,
Oh.
and you don't live with
Ooh.
me. So why you think you could just give your opinion?
Well, because we've known each other for much longer. But no, Troy, he's asking you to give an analysis of me.
Oh, now I have to do Tanner?
Unless
I
Tanner has
think-
one or
I'd have
I
to think.
think
I'll
you'll-
think about it as he says it. So if he says something bad about me, I'm gonna think of really bad things to say about him.
I think we should all say bad things about each other, or it's not interesting, to be fairly honest.
Right,
No,
so
that's-
we're not
I
just doing
agree.
it out of interest. We're doing it out of realism.
Yes.
Just keep in
Okay,
mind
so-
that you two live with each other. So once you guys spill your
Yeah.
hearts,
Yeah.
These
You
are
have
not
to face
these
each
are
other in
not
the
new
morning.
things. These are not new things.
you're gonna have to turn over on the bed and see his eyes there, just
He
staring
just-
back
no,
at
he
you.
just won't look- he
He's
just
like in my bed.
He
I'm
won't
like,
look at me.
hello.
Troy, why don't you look at me anymore?
Why do you keep turning the lights off, Troy? I'm like, well, I just like it dark,
I just
I
want
just
to
want to be Big Spoon one of these nights.
I just want to feel you. You just don't.
Like, I feel you, but at the same time, I don't feel you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You
you're
just-
here, but you're not here.
You're not here with me right now, and I need you here the most right now.
All right, let's hear it, Troy.
All right. So when I think of Tanner, the first thing I think of is like really fast learner, smart guy, in general, like really nice, and also like really generous with like helping people. And I notice, I guess here's a negative trait. I think Tanner's a really spiteful person. If you wrong this man, he will F you up. Maybe not a big flashy way, but you will feel some lashback.
And this is why you're not insulting him, because you're
Yeah.
afraid of his spitefulness.
He knows what I'm gonna
Yeah,
say. He knows-
this man's spiteful. Something might happen to me tonight. I don't know. Anything else? And I like how DIY he is. Like, he likes to do a lot of things by himself, and I think he really loves to save money. He's like very cheap, so it like makes him a stronger like craftsman, or like
I really like how
self-capable person.
how he decorates his room. It really makes it his room. You can tell.
Yeah.
By like his background.
Yeah, I really like those blankets. Yeah, really nice. Can you show us a little bit of your blanket, Tanner?
I have a nicer one here. But
What was that, fleece?
yeah, I don't know what it is. It's really nice material.
Oh.
But I don't decorate my room because if I'm only gonna live here for a short period of time, I don't want to have to put stuff up.
You decorated your room in Trapford, kind of.
That was after like the second year of living there.
But
It was a phase.
you don't plan on living here for 3-5
I don't know.
years?
I don't know how long I'm gonna live in this apartment.
Oh, this apartment. Oh, okay.
Oh, I see.
Did your lights
That's
flash?
a fair point. Yes, my lights are flashing. This podcast might get canceled, guys. So let's do the best we can before the lightning
All right.
shuts us down.
All right, Tanner, give us your analysis on Troy,
Yes.
and then I'll finish.
And,
it off.
and I guess we have to give like more in-depth analysis of each other because
No, we'll dive into like
Yeah.
each of us,
Yeah, you can revisit
each one of us, and then we'll all just like start criticizing and yelling at him.
okay, all right. Okay, so what I think of Troy, I think that you're a really specialized person, so that you can dive into something and then get really involved in it, especially if it's something that you're really passionate about. You can become an expert at it fairly quickly. But when it comes to things that you're not that interested in, you kind of just either flat out ignore it, or you don't try at it at all. And I guess this kind of goes back to when we were part of VSA together. Like there were a lot of times when there were things that I needed you to get done as a secretary, but I knew that you wouldn't do it just because you didn't have that interest.
Not gonna
in
lie,
doing
I hated that job a lot.
That's
a
fair.
lot. Yeah. I said a lot 3 times.
Yeah, so you could tell he really didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I knew that like when it came to creative things, it was
Uh-huh.
like, oh, I'm definitely going to pass this by Troy because I know that he's going to have really good input on it. So I know that Troy's a really creative person, and he's really smart when he wants to be. But when he doesn't want to be, you won't get much out of him. In terms of fatal flaws, I don't know. I mean, I think that most of us here, or all of us here, there's only 3 of us.
Most
kinda
of us
s-
say 2 out of 3.
All of us here are pretty selfish in that. I think if anything, I'm probably the least selfish in this way, and I'm not in a bragging way, but in that if there's something
I
that
think
you
so.
don't want to do, you're not going to do it. You're just going to say no, it doesn't fit my schedule, or no, it's not. I think, at least for myself, and disregarding this podcast, because for this podcast I was definitely a dick and I kind of just brushed.
Oh, we all know.
Yeah, but for most things,
We can agree with that, boys, right?
yeah. For most things, it's like if I know that something was promised, and even if it's not necessarily on my shoulders to handle it, I'm gonna do my best to handle it, kind of thing. But I know that you guys are just like, if it's, and maybe you guys can contradict me here because I could be just like,
No, I agree. Oh, sorry, let me turn that off. I completely agree. Like Tanner, like I know he doesn't want to do it, but he'll still do it for like other people. And I'm like, what a good guy. Like that's crazy. That's crazy.
yeah.
I really do think that.
Damn, I said something good about myself. I'm not supposed to talk about myself, but
That's fine.
that's points off for myself.
Another flaw.
Likes to showboat, likes to gloat.
Yeah, yeah.
Likes to humble brag.
Humble brag. Yeah.
Mm.
Listen, I don't.
Dude, I hate humble brag. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
no,
but
we could talk about that.
You're
later.
really big into it, but
Whoa. So
Anyways.
does it mean you hate yourself?
I hate myself, dude.
I can't stand the look I see in the mirror.
I don't know. I'd have to think more about it. All right, Jason, you go, and then maybe I'll do a second round.
So I will piggyback on the fact that you did say Troy is super creative, and something that I do like admire about Troy is that he is like if he dedicates himself to something, he's usually really good at it. And I don't really think it's anything like about passion or anything. I think that's just his character. If I say, Troy, you need to learn Python for the next 2-3 months, he'll dedicate his time to try to be a Python expert by the end of it. On the other side, I think Troy is very impractical. I don't think Usually most of us here are street smart, I think.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now before you continue. My common sense is really bad, and I will take a pretty inefficient path to get something simple done.
Hmm. And and that's very. I mean, at least you're aware of it. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the main things I notice about Troy is that he's very impractical, and he's bad with directions.
Oh, I'm so bad.
This man, like, it honestly irks me how bad he is with directions. Justin and I, whenever Troy's driving, we're just like,
Yeah,
we
like
just
Jason
drove
is
this
the
way.
newest here, and Jason already knows everywhere to go without a GPS. I'm still like using it, and it's. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry.
It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. But still creative though. He'll find a
Right.
creative way to get there.
I latch onto my strengths so that I can ignore my weaknesses. Is that right?
Very true.
Sure. Anything else you want to say, Tanner? Or we can just dive into one person.
Let's just dive.
All right. Who do you want? What are you pouring? You just keep milk on there?
Some water, man.
Oh,
Wow.
I just got my milk table.
No, the water here tastes like shit. So
Do you get free milk at work too? Like free OJ?
I do. Yeah, free 2%, free skim milk, free chocolate milk, free tea.
But no whole milk.
Yeah, no whole milk.
No whole milk, dude. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
It's Wisconsin.
You know why? Because it would go bad so quickly in the fridges. That's why.
Wait,
So
it
they
goes
have,
bad
like-
quicker?
Yeah, because it has more fat in it.
I didn't think about that. Wow.
Yeah, the fat goes bad faster.
All right. But all right, let's dive into Tanner, the first person, I think. So,
Go ahead.
all right, what did I
We'll
say?
do this like Comedy Central.
And all three of us do it, right?
No,
Like
yeah,
we
we're
talk about
all
himself.
roasting Tanner.
We're
Tanner,
roasting
you.
myself.
Oh, it's all supposed to be negative?
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
No.
Just say what you've always wanted to say, but just didn't find the appropriate time to say it.
Yeah, now I'm giving you a median to say anything you've ever wanted to say to Tanner, whether he agrees to it or
Oh,
not.
shoot.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're taking listener questions as well.
All right, we have a question right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why
Caller one.
caller one asked Tanner, why don't you ever show emotion?
So that's actually infactual. I don't know how to say that's a myth. I do show emotion. I'm showing emotion right now. I'm happy. I'm always happy for the most part. There's rarely times when I'm not happy. Is that what you're asking? Is that what you wanted?
I am happy. Yes. I know what it's like to be happy. The happiest moment in my life was being born.
when I'm
now.
frustrated, when I'm frustrated and when I'm upset, you'll see, like you'll know that I'm frustrated and I'm upset.
Mhm. Why
Dude,
okay, here's a good question.
Go ahead.
Do you feel like you aren't as dedicated to certain things that are like, part of your life, let's say? I work.
What does that mean?
Work, hobbies, podcast.
Are you just trying to say that I'm not as dedicated to the podcast? Is that what you're trying to get at?
No, I wouldn't.
As opposed to my work that pays me?
No, but like your hobbies, like that also includes like guitar. Like where do you put like? Do you
How do I
stack?
allocate my
Yeah,
time?
how do you allocate your time with like?
What is the priority list? Yeah.
If I'm interested in it, I'm gonna do it.
Oh, so it's dynamic. It changes. Right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean, like if I'm at work and I have my guitar and I'm interested in playing my guitar, I'm gonna play my guitar. But if I'm interested in getting my work done, I'm gonna stop playing my guitar and get my work done. So it's just kind of like whatever piques my
Wow.
interest at that moment.
The best kind of life is a dynamic life. That
Mm.
is true.
Now, what about you? Do you believe is a fatal flaw in yourself?
I think that I have a very much I take things for granted, and I always want to have my cake and eat it too. Like I always want to try and get both routes at all times.
Can you give an example?
I don't know. I guess in relationships where I wanted to be able to have somebody that was always there for me, but not need to always be there for them.
You wanted a cat.
Dang.
I don't think a
Okay, yeah.
cat is appropriate, but I think, I mean, and it's not as simple as that. I mean, I still, of course, I wanted to be there with them, but I wanted to be also maintain
Your
this level of
priority. It goes
a
back to the
level of
priority
independence
list.
that wasn't appropriate for
Oh,
what you
really?
need in a relationship.
That's true.
Hmm. That's a good
Um,
example. Wow.
Yeah. So, and I think it does come back to like just interests always changing, and then also the fact that I have that like the grass is always greener syndrome, like constantly, where it's like, well, my life would probably be better if I was on that side of the fence.
Mm.
But yeah, so it makes me take what I have for granted. So I think that's my fatal flaw.
Troy, do you have any questions?
This isn't a roast, man. I'm expecting a roast.
I
Go ahead,
fucking
tell me
hate.
how
It
you
didn't have
really
to all
feel.
be negative. It
I
didn't have to
hate
be.
the
Bro.
glasses you wear. I hate that. I hate how skinny you look. You can't put on weight. You look like a Holocaust survivor. I think.
Bro, I'm trying to put on weight, okay,
I'm
man?
trying.
But he won't take mass gainer. He won't
you're,
take it.
You're unwilling to take a product that helps you gain weight.
I'm gaining some weight, man. I got a little bit of fat here.
Oh, how much weight have you gained?
I don't know. I haven't weighed myself, but I'm at least 130. But anyways,
Oh wow.
okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Is
Troy.
that all you had, man?
That's all I had.
That's weak, bro. That's fucking weak.
Wow.
I mean, do you have any plans to change any of that, or are you just accepting that as just the who you are?
Oh, over my fatal flaws?
Yeah,
Well, that's a good idea. We should do that at the end where we'll say if we're gonna fix the flaws or not.
probably not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It's a work in progress.
Okay.
Great. Great. Anything from you, Troy?
Anything from me?
Hit me with your best shot, dude.
Tanner, I need you to stop being so cheap with your money. I need you to live life, all right? I
Hey, man.
need you to be happy.
I'm happy. when
I need you to
have
stop eating
financial
only
stability.
potatoes. You're only eating potatoes because you're stressed out at how much money you spent.
Yeah, but it's also because potatoes are delicious and you can cut them a million different ways and have a delicious snack.
You could cut
Okay.
them a million different ways.
I like that imagery. Wow.
Wow, you never finish your breakfast.
Okay. But yeah, other than that, I just want Tanner to live a little bit. Just a little bit extra. Not go bankrupt, but live a little bit extra for yourself. Eat some steak, all right?
Okay.
Can't remember the last time I had steak, but okay.
You had more introspective roasts for me at the beginning, Jason,
What do
in
you
your
mean?
first analysis.
What do you mean? Oh, I did. I mean, I think that
I'm disappointed, dude. I was ready to be psychologically damaged.
I mean,
after this.
like I said, like I think you're a person who cares about what other people think, but you like to have a persona that you don't. And I think your way, like me and you, we probably do have we have that general kind of flaw, I guess. But how you deal with it is different than me. And I'll tell you my way of dealing with it. I'm a trends follower, as some people would say.
Justin.
But I like to follow trends. I like to be on top of things, and I guess how I deal with people, how I want people to view me as is, a cool, not give a shit dude who can say whatever the fuck he wants. But your way is you want people to see you as a kind of carefree and kind of like a level-headed guy who doesn't really have much emotion, or also just not willing to share like your personal life. And I think that's just that's who you are, and that's just how you deal with things. And I think maybe we all, because I don't really think any one of us doesn't care about what people think about them. I think at the end of the day you do, whether or not you say you do or no. That's just part of your way of dealing with it, because you're a fucking liar. And if you
Me?
No, not you, arbitrary you.
Okay.
If you say you don't care what other what other people think about you, you're a liar.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that was a good point. I think you and Tanner are like cool in different ways, in that Tanner wants to be like, I don't need to tell you my problems. I don't want you to worry about me. And Jason's like, I don't give an F. Like, check me out. I'm going to share all this stuff, like things like that.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
So we're like two sides of the same coin.
Yes.
If that's what the saying
You're
goes,
two
yes.
puppies in the same litter, drinking from the same mother.
That's gross, bro.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that, but
Whoa,
I
whoa,
like that analysis.
Well, rebut it, or whatever.
Yeah.
But
What about what I said is wrong?
I don't know. I'll have to think about it.
Because you know I was right. That's why you can't come up with anything. You're like, shit, I can't. You just spot on.
I'll have to think about it. We can move on. So, do you want to do Troy or Jason next?
Up to you guys.
Let's play rock, paper, scissors, accounting for the Discord delay. All right. So.
I'll do it. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, tie. Okay.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Shit.
Okay. All right, Jason, you choose.
It's choose.
Yeah.
I don't have any. I don't want to come up with questions.
Just pick somebody, goddammit.
I said I don't want to come up with questions, so go ahead, go do me. I want to hear what Tanner has to say.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so we're gonna do Jason first.
Yes.
Okay.
Do me.
I mean, most of what I said before is true, and most of what you said about yourself is true. I think you're a good guy because I know you do care about your friends. You might not care about other people as much that you don't know, but you do care about your friends. And I think that you were much nicer when you were trying to make friends, and you're a much cooler person then than you are now when you already have friends, and now you're putting on this I don't give a fuck attitude, because you don't need to do that when you have your friends that you already do share some relationship with or you do care about. I don't know. It's like
Maybe it's the opposite, right?
Yeah, it's like you went backwards, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is making any sense, but
No, I understand. Yeah.
I've heard it before.
you have from who?
You like 2 days ago.
Yeah, usually the sequence of events is when you don't know anyone. Oh, you guys already talked about this?
No, I mean we all chatted about this 2 days
We
ago.
brought it.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you what I said then. And it was just that, what did I say? I said, I can, even though that is like my persona, like I could still like separate it when there is like.
No, and I know that. I know you can, but it's just that it's just like more and more of you is on one side as opposed to the other side, and like the other side of you being like a showing that you care and that you're not as mean as you pretend to be is just kind of getting enveloped and kind of like put to the side.
I'm trying to remember what I was like, I guess 2.5 years ago when we first met. I mean,
yeah.
I guess it was really me coming off of like, rock bottom. So I felt,
Yeah.
So
you're just nice to
I kind of like that Jason better. I remember meeting him at that pho contest thing.
I didn't
He was
talk
like-
at all.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Jason.
bro, that was the best.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, no, it's not that. It's not like, oh,
No.
I liked you better when you didn't fucking talk. It's more like when you talked, you were like you were genuinely curious
Yeah.
about making new friends, and then.
No, I felt completely uncomfortable.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Oh.
I remember seeing Anthony.
Catherine?
No,
Oh.
seeing Anthony McGlocky at Blaze Pizza. And I'm like, God damn it! I don't want. I don't want to interact with people right now. And then he's like, "Oh, Jason, come here. Hey, what's up, man?" I'm like, oh, hey. And I just remember like feeling so uncomfortable and so awkward because because I care about what people think about me, and I also don't want to put in the effort at that moment to like make friends. But and it took a couple like months for me and Anthony to actually become friends and whatnot.
Click.
Yeah, to click well, because like initially I was like, I don't think I could ever hang out with this kid one-on-one because of that. But now it's just more like it's comfortable. I can do that with a lot of the close friends. I could do that with Tanner, Alexa, Jamie, whatever, all those people in the bunch, and I don't feel as awkward. And it's
Okay.
and it's just like Like I don't have to roast people every now and then. Yeah, I understand. Like I could be nicer. Like I'm not discounting that call out.
And I'm not saying that you should change who you are. I think if you're gonna be a dick and that's who you want to be, then that's fine, dude. I mean, like I understand that you're a good person, but just sometimes it's like it makes it a little bit more, in some ways, harder to handle the situations.
What situations?
Okay, I didn't. That's not the correct phrasing of it. Okay, it's like sometimes it's just like, fuck, Jason. Like, really, man. Like, why do you say some of the shit that you say, kind of thing. Like, it puts you in a lot of those kind of situations. It's like, bro, just shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
Not in a like, bro, you should just stop talking because you talk so much, but more so like, you
What he
don't
says,
need to
right?
be saying these kinds of things, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get it because I mean, it's different than what most people hear these days. So it's like, whoa, dude, he's saying this kind of things. You shouldn't be saying that.
Sometimes I like to. I mean, I think I like to add that. Like,
I know, and I fucking hate that, dude.
and why are you
I hate
friends
that.
with me?
I question that a lot, dude.
Well, you think about me that much?
Yeah, bro, all the time.
And do you?
Like I said, I don't think about you at all.
That's cold.
That hurts, man, on the inside.
I've
Okay.
heard that before. Troy, you have anything to say? I think right now you've just been listening.
He aired all his grievances, man.
He did.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about that one you texted me, I am.
You want to?
I can. I don't care. It's not.
All right.
It's
So
not anything too.
I was really shocked to hear that Jason would be willing to give away his precious dog of 2 years in order to chase a consultant position.
Yeah.
And in my head, all I could think was, do you really need to get a consultant position? Are you sure you can't just get a job that lets you keep your dog? Like, I don't know. I just think that's so sad.
There's
Like,
two things
going
that I
for, like,
think
2 years.
about that, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
One of them
I
is
do.
that it's a fucking dog, so I don't give a fuck, bro. It's a fucking dog.
I
But Ten already hates dogs.
Yeah,
That's right.
I don't hate dogs,
I just hate that.
but and I guess this is gonna lead into my second point. Number one, it's a dog. Okay. Number two, you're responsible for that dog.
Mm-hmm.
You're responsible for that dog because you decided to take it up. And I believe that this responsibility of taking on a pet is kind of fucked up, just because it's like I don't know, this is gonna sound super I don't know what the word is, but it's kind of like enslavement, like you're just using these pets for your own personal gain, and that's for you to feel comfortable with living your shitty life. It's like I need an animal to comfort me, kind of thing.
So okay, can I say my point then?
Go ahead.
So
Set the dog free, bro, is what I gotta say.
okay, so yeah, so my idea with it was that a position that I would be going for, a consulting position, would really like elevate my my trajectory, my path, whatever. And I feel like it's an opportunity that I shouldn't just pass up, or I should at least consider heavily. And with that in mind, I of course I take your completely. I think about his personal well being, and I think that for him to live his best life, it wouldn't be as my pet in that moment, because I know if I'm traveling Monday through Thursday and he only gets to see me 3 days a week, and the rest of the time he's at like a babysitter or dog care, he's not living his best one. He doesn't get the love that he deserves throughout that whole time. So my suggestion was not give him away to a stranger or whatnot, or put him up for adoption. It was more like give him to my sister for a couple months to a couple years until I can get settled within a city, maybe find like roommates and or a girlfriend, a girlfriend within the city that I'm living in to watch over him while I am gone.
All right, I approve of that.
Because yeah, I think maybe I don't know. I guess Troy. I don't know if you saw it differently than that, but it's more like I care about his well being so much, and it's me not. It's selfish and selfless at the same time. Because if I was truly selfish, I would take the position and try to keep him too. Because
Yeah, but I'm talking a little bit before that point because obviously, if you set the scenario where you're going to take this position no matter what, which you have set up,
I
of
just
course, the best thing you need to do is, give him away to sister or someone else, right?
yeah.
I mean, and I don't know like how passionate about you are about it, so I may not fully know the whole extent, but I was just so shocked that like do you really need this certain job set that would require for you to give like your dog away? Like I was like, why can't you find a job that would help, boost your skill set like the way you want, but you can still like have your dog? Because I feel like when you get a dog, and I care a lot about dogs, unlike Tanner, right? But like I think when you get your dog, you should be thinking like what it's gonna be like with them. I kind of felt like you got this dog, it made you really happy. Now you want to do something else and be really happy, so you're just gonna, drop the dog.
No, because I don't think that's actually it at all. I think like I in two like 2 years ago, I didn't anticipate a a career option for this. It's like when I think when you're in a family and the husband goes away for maybe like a year at a time because of his work. He doesn't necessarily. It's not because he hates his family or whatever, and that he's being selfish. He's thinking of the overall picture. He's doing it for the betterment of them and himself. And I think in order to provide a more prosperous life for myself and Theodore when the time comes around when I do take him back, I think it would follow this path. And I'm not necessarily saying like it's the only path I already like set for myself. Like it has to be a consulting job. It has to be anything else. I'm not going to take it. But I'm just saying in this scenario, if I do get an offer from this position, this consulting position, and it does require me to be, a nomadic for a couple of years, then yes, I will take it. And it's gonna be super tough on me to give him away. Like I've already played out this scenario multiple times in my head of what it's gonna be like, and I know it's gonna hit me harder than probably most of the things in my life. I think I would take losing Theodore or giving him away worse than like deaths in my family.
Okay, wow. I didn't know it was that serious, actually. I also didn't know that you were open to other opportunities instead of just that.
No, of
Yeah.
course. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not too tunnel vision on this one, but like
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
gave
just
a
if it came about. Yeah.
bunch of if statements.
Yeah. If then, else, and as.
Yeah. Anything
Always
else?
do end as, or you get a column with no name. All right.
And
Yep.
anything else you guys want to criticize about me?
Does it have to be criticized? Did we?
No.
Does it have to be?
No.
No, let's say some good things about him.
Yeah. Okay. Let's make it an anti-roast session. What's like a word for a roast session that's like the
Praise.
opposite?
Praise.
A praise. All right. Time to praise Jason. All right.
Jason, I think that you
He has good taste in shoes.
yeah, I don't know about that. I think that Jason has
doesn't like my
he has good your turn, Troy. Your turn.
What was that sentence that you just canceled? What was that?
That's I ran out of things. I ran out of filler words to say.
All right. No, you got to praise him, dude. You can't just cancel your sentence like that. What do you like about Jason?
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. It's easier to think about the negative things. And
It's always easier.
No, I think that Jason, he's a pretty savvy person. He
Was a
can be
jack of all
resourceful.
trades?
I wouldn't call him a jack of all trades. I would call him more like a jack of some trades. Like he can do some things
Dang.
and he can do them okay, and he still can't do anything really great. But he's learning, He's getting to that point where he can do other things.
What does that mean?
Thank you, Tanner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks a
That's
lot.
what I have to say about that. I think that that's a good thing. I think that you're good at some things. You're okay at some
Yeah.
things. Yeah. All
I
right.
also want to copy that good thing that you said about me. Like, I think if Jason puts his head to something and he's truly passionate about it, like he'll go all in. Like he'll just go all in and do it till it's dead.
I don't think I am, but
I
You don't
don't
think
think
so?
so about that. I
Really?
don't think so
no,
about
I
it.
don't. Like
Well,
I
I mean,
said, like I
like
don't
for
think I.
example, when he was so
He'll go
set,
medium depth.
when he
He's
was
like, you go
so
medium depth.
set on getting like that master's degree, like he did everything. Like he ordered everything immediately instead of doing all the studying and taking the
But
tests.
look where it is right now currently.
But
Well, but I guess the point that Troy's trying to make is that like you
yeah,
do put your feet in. Like you don't when you say you're gonna put your feet in, you're gonna put your feet in.
yeah,
Okay, I get. Okay,
like ordered a whole new table too. Like I mean, he was pretty serious about it. I thought.
I need to order a whole new
Yeah.
table for myself too.
Ooh.
I'm in the market, Jason, is what I'm trying to say. But
for what, a new table? Just go to
Yeah.
Walmart.
What can you recommend to him, huh?
It's the same one.
I
just bought literally just bought the
Okay,
same
so
one.
Tanner, get the same table that you have now and get it again.
Yeah, all right. Fair deal. Okay, so yeah, that's some good things about Jason. You're right. I mean, definitely can be resourceful. Definitely can if he says he's gonna do
Like
it.
he will hop in if he's like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
Now, I guess maybe that's another point to bring up, like as a negative. Like he may not stay with it, right? But he will start it immediately, basically. Like
I think
that's a good trait too.
another flaw of mine too, though. Like I'll start
What do you
things and then I don't always go all the way
Yeah.
through with it. Just because like if I don't see the end in sight and it's not worth it for me, then I'm just gonna be like, yeah.
And then Tanner asks, "What's going to change?"
What's
And
gonna
then
change?
I tell him, Tanner, I don't know what's going to change, but you just gotta trust me.
You
Okay?
just gotta trust me. Yeah. Yeah, but you know, buildings aren't built on trust. Okay, they're built on
Dang.
solid foundation and years of research.
Wow.
Okay, so finally, on the chopping block, we have Troy.
Mhm.
In-depth
Okay.
roast.
You could say whatever you want, and whatever things you say, I will analyze it and try to make myself a better person. No troll.
You
But I'm gonna tell you right now, before we even get to the end of my part, I will not get better at directions, even though I could, because I don't care, and I rely on other people to find the way for me, whether it be people or technology. Amen.
That's fair.
All right.
Who? Go ahead.
I think something.
Something you haven't said already.
I think Troy has like good goals in mind, and but I guess like the same way like how I had like how you just said like when you see you don't see an end to it, you just kind of give up for Tanner. I feel like maybe Troy may have that sort of mentality where he likes to get stuck. He can get stuck in the monotony of things and not try to break out of it. Like he gets used to you get used to things, and then it's hard to even just like think about breaking that wheel.
Yeah. I think that applies to like my work at FedEx and my like music work at home. Yeah, I would say.
Hmm. I mean, I think it also takes a special something to force you to break that wheel. So
Yeah.
do you think there are any things in your life that actually that can become a catalyst for that?
That's
Like,
tough because the first thing I
what's
think
gonna be
about,
the moment that you leave FedEx, or the moment that you actually will pursue your music career 100%, or whatever passion that you have in mind?
that's true. Like, if we're talking about like a specific special catalyst, I can't think of any right now. But I mean, obviously, the only thing I can think of in my head, and it's pretty common sense, is like you need to do this because this is your dream and this is what you want to do. But like in terms of like a special life event or someone giving me a special phone call or someone doing any of that, like I can't really think of that like happening or being likely. Like I'm still just, at home working little bit by little bit on like my Google Docs that I have for like all my musical ideas and like how everything's going to be structured and all these notes and tracks and like softwares that I use. But it is going really slow, admittedly, for sure. It's going really slow. And if I keep at this pace, you're right, I won't be successful. So something's got to change. And I even can't give a special answer how it's going to change.
I know you've been playing with the idea of moving, but like,
Yeah.
have you taken any steps to even like move it to like
I
actually?
have a big Google Doc full of uh like places to live in Austin, what to do in Austin, and like all the pho restaurants. I literally looked up the pho restaurants
It's
and they have
only
funny
Austin you're
names.
looking at?
I'm also like open to other places too, and I always keep in the back of my mind like I have a nice connection with a guy that works at Riot Games. If I want to go to California this early, and I've always that is still my end goal to be living in California. I just don't know if I would do it this early or if I could sustain that. But
Why
there's
why
a
are you
lot of things I'm
why are
open
you looking
to.
at Austin?
At Austin,
Yeah, why Austin of all
um,
places?
it says like I was really shocked too. Like I looked up just best places to live. You can just anyone can Google right now best places to live, and if you multi-click a bunch of those lists, Austin is always number one or like top five, like consistently. It's like the most common denominator. I was like, that's pretty insane. And then like I just read even more about it, like why it's so like that, and like all this like tech and young people are coming in, and the music scene's pretty lit, and like it's
Lit.
just and the weather is good too. It actually is like it's commonly praised for its weather. So I was like, I need to this cold weather in Memphis is actually making me borderline depressed. Whatever that sad seasonal something affect disorder thing. That thing is real.
Affective, yes.
It's real, bro. Real.
Yeah, you wake up in the morning, and even though you're warm in your bed, just that slight feeling of that deep cold coming in through the wall or window, it destroys you. Like it's over. It's over. So yeah, I have taken a lot of research already about like how I want to like get out of here. I mean, has it taken any real like actionable steps? No, but I've definitely done quite a bit of research for sure, and I have it all stored.
Now, are you setting deadlines for yourself?
Am I setting deadlines for myself? I said that I want to be in my new place before this year ends.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's pretty
And
sick.
it would be even better if I could enjoy like the fall in that new place. So if I moved like right before fall and then got to enjoy the whole fall of my new place.
I wasn't I didn't realize it was gonna be that
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
Just like I gotta find a new roommate or I gotta ship
Yeah.
out quick.
I mean,
I think
yeah,
Jason's already shipping out quick.
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see probably next week what happens.
Yeah.
Had an interview, so yeah. Tanner, you have anything to say about Troy,
Um,
or any questions you are so like desperate to ask?
Yeah, you could just even ask me questions.
I don't think I have any questions that I just wouldn't normally ask you. But I do feel like we're all similar in that we all have this kind of we all put on this kind of persona of ourselves to kind of protect what we and I guess as a summation for everything, we're all trying to like protect this vulnerable core of ourselves where we don't want to show that we care what people think about ourselves and that we don't.
I do. I
Yeah.
care what people think about me to a decent extent. Remember we talked about that like from an earlier podcast when like set a percentage. We were like,
Yeah.
oh, like a something out of 10.
Oh, really?
We were like the same. Yeah. I remember that moment. I don't remember what the numbers were, but me and Tanner were super similar. Like how much we cared about what others thought about us. It was a decent amount.
But
Not more than half, but yeah.
yeah, and fuck, I lost my train of thought. But it was along those lines of
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
But I do
So
think
it
we're all
has its own
similar
purpose.
in a very similar way.
Yeah, that's right. You know, we all have black hair.
And I think there's something that each of us need to change about ourselves.
Yeah. Okay, so am I going to change anything about myself from this little session that we just had?
No.
I think.
Oh, for me, it's the answer is no.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's start with you first. How are you so sure that you're not going to change anything about yourself or that you shouldn't?
Because there's nothing wrong with me.
Because everything that I know about myself, I didn't learn anything new about myself now. So everything that I've known already is just something that I already know myself.
Okay, so even if you already know of it, let's say it's a negative aspect, and we all have negative aspects, right? How are you so sure that you should not change this negative aspect, regardless if it's new or
I'm not
old?
saying that I shouldn't. I just know that I won't.
Oh, you know that you won't.
Yeah,
I know that I
Wow.
won't because I know that I'm not ready to change that about myself. I think that a lot of the negative parts about myself, I'm not ready to let go of because they are
Mhm.
tied to something that they're just tied to like an earlier part of me that I'm not ready to let go
So
of.
are you just like relying on time to pass in order for you to change, or what are you like waiting on something?
I don't know what I'm waiting. I don't think I'm waiting on anything in particular, but I think it's just I'm not ready to grow up in some ways as yet.
Okay.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
so I'm
Well, I
just
guess
gonna
is
be
it better to
emotionally
be honest
stunted.
about that than to like try to like lie about it too? So that's good.
Remember, I think we had an episode where we were just like, just because you're aware of it doesn't,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah. I mean, people
Yeah,
can
but
get
then we also
addicted
like
to being
roasted the shit out of
self-aware.
people that were aware and didn't make
Yeah,
changes.
especially like me and Tanner, we're like, you're
Mm.
not making actionable change.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a fucking pussy. Yeah, I'm a fucking pussy, bro. I'm not gonna fucking. I mean, it's not some. It's not like I don't think about it constantly, but it's
Yeah.
just not ready to change as yet.
Yeah. I mean, I think people can definitely get addicted to that self-aware phase because it feels like you hit like a nice checkpoint, like a nice breakpoint. Like, oh,
I
I
like
finally
that.
figured out what's wrong with me. So now I can just, relax for a bit. And then when people ask me what's wrong with me, I'm like, oh, well, this is what's wrong with me. And they're like, wow, really good. And then you get that like positive reinforcement. But then you don't change anything. Like, I think a lot of people do that, including myself sometimes.
Is that you, Tanner, right now? Would you say you
No,
fall into
no.
that?
I don't think I
Yeah.
fall into that.
Yeah. But
All right. Well, Troy, I think you were about to say like what you were hoping to change,
What
or
you're gonna change?
if you do change at
oh
all.
yeah. Right before Tanner confidently said, no, not changing.
Yeah.
Am I going to change anything? Yeah, I think I should.
Learn directions.
No, I said I won't change that. I won't change that. Watch the day comes where I'm all by myself and my technology fails, and then I'm literally lost. Like I don't think I'm like mentally prepared for that day. That would be a bad day.
Hmm.
So that might come back to bite me.
I think
No.
if the three of us were left out in a forest in the middle of nowhere, Troy would probably die. I think I probably would make it.
Do you guys have like wilderness skills apart from directional skills? Like, do you guys have actual wilderness?
I think I'm just like competent enough to like,
Oh shoot, my common sense is bad too.
yeah. I think.
But my willpower.
Troy's-
As
no, bro,
tall
you give
as this
up
hair.
in CS like
Troy-
3 rounds
Okay,
in, man.
okay, but
Troy,
that
Troy
was
finds
the-
like the first berries he sees. Like, oh, I guess these are good. Need some
Dang.
new, and then they're like, just like, oh.
No, but then my willpower is like, no, Troy, you can't die. And I'm like, you're right. And then I just get back up.
And
Just
then
get back
He's got
out.
Jesus on his side too, man. We don't have that.
does he? Why does he?
No,
get
I don't think Jesus is on my side. I stopped going
Yeah,
to church.
why
like,
does he get
my
Jesus
freshman year
and why
of college.
can't we?
Yeah.
Oh, because I mean, I thought he was Christian. He wears a cross around his neck.
Does he?
No, I took it off. Okay, so I took it off not because I don't really believe in that anymore. Even then, when I consciously stopped believing in it, I kept it because it's a gift from my mother, right?
Yeah.
I threw away my
But-
purity ring.
But guess what? This is such a lame reason. Well, actually, no, it's a good reason. It's annoying. I took it off because every time I clean myself with my shower loofah, the way the necklace is, it always gets stuck, like super stuck. And then I rip my loofah. I literally have to rip it out, and it like gets so ugly and gets like big and wide. And I'm like,
Really,
I can't take
dude?
this anymore.
I
Yeah.
take out like I have a necklace that I wear now, but when I take a shower, I take it off.
Though this one's hard to take off. Like I don't know where it is right now,
That's
but
all right. You don't have to get into it. But yeah,
it's
okay,
terrible.
interesting.
So that's why I took it off. So yeah, I don't think Jesus would be on my side. Definitely.
Okay.
I don't expect him to be if he's real. That's just disrespectful. I wouldn't help myself either. I'd be like, this guy just lost faith in me. Like, freak this guy. Also, I wouldn't want him to help me because, divine intervention is never fair globally.
That's true.
Yeah, if he helps me,
deserves
why didn't he
hand of
help
God.
someone else, right? So I
Yeah.
hope he doesn't help me. And I hope he helps no one ever.
That's
Because that's the most fair. That's just the most fair.
true.
But it's not about being fair.
What do you mean?
I don't
why
think
is it not?
religion is fair.
Yeah, I think that's also true.
Religion
Yeah.
caters to those who believe in it, and
Yeah, just
anyone who knows Israel or Jerusalem is the motherland.
I see.
All right. So yeah, you change.
Myself? Okay. Why does this keep getting sidetracked? What happened?
Something about Jesus.
What did I say last?
You didn't say. We were talking about Jesus. And then Tanner was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
because you were like, if we
No.
were in a forest.
oh yeah, I did say that."
Yeah. Okay. So what am I going to change about myself? I think, actionable steps. Okay. So one of the best actionable steps you can do, and this is with everyone, right? Is like time. Like you can literally time yourself. How much time did I spend on this thing that I really care about, right? Like some days I'm really good. I'll practice guitar for hours, like 2, 3, 4 hours sometimes on really good days. And some days I don't touch it at all, 0 minutes. Like it shouldn't be like that. I think I should literally set a timer and force myself to grind out a certain amount of time. Because even though time isn't everything and there's also quality, at least if I do this, that's a way more like surefire way to like get to more of my goal than like just not measuring anything, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we all need to make a conscious effort in
Yeah.
trying to better ourselves. What is that grin, Tanner?
Conscious.
That word,
effort.
that just phrase, it triggers me.
Wait, why does it trigger you,
Yeah,
Tanner?
why does it trigger you?
I was talking to somebody a while ago, and they used that phrase on me, and it didn't sit right with me. So
Why didn't it sit right?
because I knew that I wasn't making the conscious effort I needed for that encounter to work out, and that other person knew it too. And when they called me out on it, it really it made me realize something about myself that I didn't want to think about.
Yeah, it was like sour medicine, right? Like you had to
Yeah.
look yourself in the mirror and be like, I'm not putting in conscious effort. And hearing
Made me
that word makes
realize
me feel
that
sour.
I'm not able to put in that level of effort that's required of me because I'm not at that level where I'm ready to give that up of myself.
Yeah.
It's
So I
very
can
good.
see why that word triggers you.
Yeah, I could see why it triggers you. Definitely. You know, I could.
Can
almost,
you?
I can.
what do
I
you
can.
think?
I could almost empathize with it.
Oh, okay.
Almost. Why not fully?
You know, I haven't dealt with a situation like that before.
Okay.
Well,
Well, I
hope
pray
never
you
do.
never have to. Okay, that's all I gotta say about that. I do it so that people like you don't have to. My hands look like these.
So Jason's can look like these.
Yeah.
Yeah, my hands are kind of ugly, so.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that when you first held it up to the camera, I was like, his hand. I'm being dead serious. Like, I don't like
this?
those hands.
Like this? Or are you talking about
Yeah.
like this way? What do you mean? My hands?
I think that
My
way.
hands aren't that great.
Really? Or maybe mine aren't as good either.
All right, forget your hands, bro.
All right, sorry.
Is this natural? Like I just
No,
at my-
dude, look at his finger shape. See how
at,
they're like.
Look at my.
I mean, mine's kind of do that too. Mine's are. Let
me see.
No, look at my.
Look how straight mine is. Look at my shit. Look.
Yeah, not all of us can have like perfect flame.
Yeah, you and Tanner have like crooked fingers.
But look at this hand's pinky versus like my other pinky. Like why is it
Ew,
like
oh.
so like obscure out? What the fuck?
Can you guys do this?
I don't think so.
What do you mean?
Is it just a tiger claw or what?
So you bend the literally.
Oh no! I can't do that.
No, I can't do that. What the fuck is wrong with me? This is new.
Jason, maybe you broke your pinky when you were younger.
There's like
and your
such
dad
a
never took
huge.
you-
There's like such a huge gap in between this.
Dude, you freaking fell on the sidewalk as a little kid, and your dad didn't want to take you to the doctor. He just let it heal on its own.
This is why I can. This is because this is my the finger I use to press control on the keyboard, and I.
Oh, so your dad helped you become an esport pro.
That might be it.
Holy moly!
All right. Thank you guys for sharing all of your deepest, darkest secrets with me tonight. And I hope that we can share more deep, dark secrets.
Yeah, I have my
2 months
agent
from
call
now.
your agent.
Yeah, maybe it'll happen within the next fiscal year. So we'll take a look out for that.
Yeah, just send out a contract or whatever, and
Just send out a WebEx. I'll
Yeah.
I'll join.
Yeah, I'll accept
All right. Any last minute thoughts you guys wanted to share?
it. Feels good to be back, guys. Thanks for coming out.
it's all right to be back, guys.
Wow, you can't even just lie for our viewers.
It's
Yeah,
so you know
I might not be back, but we'll see how it goes.
All right, cut
So-
it. Cut it.
depends on the negotiation. All right, peace out, y'all.
Cut it.